way clients find real estate agents is changing forever. It's no longer about ranking on Google, it's about being recognized by AI search engines like Google AI Overviews and ChatGPT. If you don't adapt, you'll disappear, and in this video, I'll show you exactly how to position yourself so that AI recommends you over any other agent in your market. But here's the scary part. AI doesn't give people 10 options like Google did, it gives them one. And if that's not you, your competitor gets the client. So let's dive into how to become recognized as the go-to agent moving forward in AI. So why is this urgent? As you can see here, this is an example of a Google AI overview. And when you typically now do a search, it's going to give you this Google AI overview where it's going to give one recommendation. And you have the ability for that to be you. But you have to take certain steps in order to get there. Now, I am also going to share my screen and walk you through what happens when somebody searches for an agent on ChatGPT. And for anybody thinking that this is not the future, my parents are in their 60s and they just planned a trip to Italy. They did the entire thing using ChatGPT, and they are the most technologically challenged people ever. And so this is happening right now. And if you don't get on top of it, I can assure you, you are going to disappear. This is not only the biggest disruption, but for those who know how to do it, it's the biggest opportunity to go from maybe being a struggling, unrecognized agent to following the step-by-step process I'm going to walk you through to becoming the person in your market that AI recommends. You don't need a ton of experience. You just need to follow the right processes. So let's go into my screen and I'll show you what this looks like when people search on AI and some critical things that you need to notice when these searches take place. Okay, so let's look at two different situations that somebody could be leveraging ChatGPT for in order to identify a top agent in Austin, for example, and how you can be found and recommended as the top agent. So this example here is just a standard search using ChatGPT. I'm relocating to Austin. Who is the best real estate agent to help me? So it's going to take an unbiased approach and not say the one person, unlike Google AI Overview, which again is going to recommend one. But with ChatGPT, it's going to recommend a couple of them. And you want to be recognized what they're known for as the best for that niche, relocation, for example. So we look here, top real estate agents and brokerages with their firm. We can look here and we can see, this agent, luxury, high volume, deeply familiar with upscale, right? Spiegel, this brokerage, good for relocations, this brokerage, that brokerage. But most people aren't just going to reach out to a brokerage. What they are going to do, right? What to look for. It's going to give you some guidance here. But on this search, you typically want to look at what's being picked up on because it's going to scrape all of these different citations in order to identify, right, why should I recommend this person? So my recommendation is to check out some of these. But the reason why these are being recommended, if you click on any of these citations, is it follows the exact steps I'm about to walk you through so that you can show up. Now, if we come over to a deeper dive, this is using agent mode. And agent mode is going to provide, as you can see here, a much more thorough, specific, detailed response. In this situation, it worked for 5 minutes. Right? And you could see that it was going through all these different citations. It was browsing different websites, agentup.com. And you can kind of look at all of the different citations it went to, right? So it went to a ton of them, blog Austin, list with Clever, went to Agent Up, went to all these different sites. And if you want to look, you can see the activity and look at all of the different things that it did. But when we come down here, it's going to look at a bit of a summary, how to choose the agent, right? Again, saying not one single agent is the best, but when we use agent mode, we can look at the fact that it's going to give their exact contact information, making it convenient for somebody to just pick up the phone and call you. Why they stand out. So it's going to show, right? Top buyer's agent in 2025 list. Okay, list Clever. right? One of the things that you could do, which I'll talk about later in terms of getting on publications, is connect and reach out to List Clever to see if they need help writing any articles, or if you can contribute an article to their website talking about your niche, first-time home buyers, relocation, that type of thing is going to get you publications. Publications get searched, recommending you. If we look here, you can see clearly List Clever is one of the most popular citations for Austin, right? You can see that it's the citation for every single one of these names. So if I was in Austin, my recommendation, get in touch with List Clever and promote yourself and present an article idea or some sort of publication that you can contribute to be ranked on their website. Because evidently, based on ChatGPT, it is scraping that as a credible source. And if you get featured on a credible source, you get recognized on a credible source. Other highly rated agents, again, all with List Clever. Recognized brokerages and teams, we've got Agent Up as the citation here. And then we have award-winning teams, which is typically going to be their brokerage website, of course. And so we can look here at the sources. And if we look at these sources, these are the citations that ChatGPT was searching for to make a decision of who to recommend. We can look at, Agent Up, best real estate brokers in Austin. September top agents, right? Top agents for September, blah, blah, blah. Agent Up, again, and the team website. So clearly, Agent Up and List Clever are very credible sources per ChatGPT based on their SEO and ranking authority when it comes to recommending an agent in Austin. Well, when you follow the steps I'm about to walk you through, get in touch with these two publications and, present an opportunity for you to contribute to their website, you're going to get a pretty good opportunity to be recommended in the future by artificial intelligence if you do everything that I'm about to share with you. So I just wanted to show you the logic and the process that AI goes through to identify who to recommend. Now what I'm going to show you is I'm going to walk you through step by step exactly how you can do it and actually even outperform every single person on this list. Okay, so now that we've seen how this functionally works, let's go ahead and look at the ranking formula so that we can understand what we need to do. So the first thing that Google AI looks for, that ChatGPT, Gemini, Perplexity, Claude, any of these AI platforms look for is authority signals. Are you a credible local expert? Again, expert is not defined by the number of transactions or the number of years that you have in the industry. It's actually defined as how you show up online and if you're answering things in a credible, expert-like way. So I'll show you how you can do that even as a new agent. Content relevance. Do you provide clear, structured answers? These are answer machines. So you have SEO, search engine optimization. You have AEO, answer engine optimization, which is voice, right? Think Alexa, think speaking into your phone. Then you have GEO, generative engine optimization, which is these AI platforms recommending you. This is where the game is won, but content relevance really matters, and I'll show you how to crack the code with exactly what to do. Consistency and presence. Do you show up across multiple platforms? It's no longer about being, pretty present on Instagram, but no YouTube presence, don't have a TikTok account, not showing up anywhere else. When AI is recommending an agent, Google or any of these LLMs, large language models, they are looking for omnipresence. And omnipresence means you show up across multiple platforms consistently. And engagement and proof. Are people interacting with and validating your content? This is going to be a really interesting thing that you can start doing today, which I'll explain later on. So let's go directly into the exact steps that you need to take. And as you'll see, I have a little key here, a golden key for everything that's really critical. The golden key here, right? AI loves natural language, question style answers. Think like the consumer asking ChatGPT or Google. And this is very logical, but most people don't think about it because all that people are doing when they go into Google or ChatGPT is literally that. They're just asking a question. And if you have question-like responses, then your response will be served as the answer, thus positioning you as the go-to agent that they will recommend. So what do you need to create? Well, when it comes to YouTube videos, we'll explain this later on in step number 3, but YouTube videos titled, "Is Austin Expensive to Live in 2025? Why? It's not the cost of living of Austin. It's, is Austin expensive? Why is that the case? Well, that's because that is naturally what somebody, natural language, that's naturally what somebody would be typing into Google or ChatGPT to find an answer. And if your video is titled that and you provide the answer, it's going to serve that video as the response. What's the best neighborhood in Austin for families? Now, I know I get this all the time. Some people say I can't, segment by avatar in my market. I get it. That's okay. But you get the point here. How much do homes cost in your downtown? That's how people are naturally typing and searching. So if your videos are titled that with the response, you show up. Same phrasing with blogs, posts, and websites, and Instagram carousels with the headlines of, for example, moving to Austin, as you can see here. Now, if we go down to a tactical example, again, assuming that your market is in Austin, video, right? Cost of living in Texas, what most people don't know, right? That is going to answer this question here. Blog, 7 neighborhoods in Austin ranked by schools, walkability, and home prices, right? That inherently is going to answer this without having to segregate it by type of person. Thinking of moving to Austin, right? As you can see here, here are the 3 most affordable areas. So these are going to be the tactical examples of exactly what you can do when it comes to videos, blogs, where it doesn't necessarily have to be word for word, but it has to be the answer to that search. And that's what's going to allow the local keywords and AI-friendly formats to recommend you. The second component is going to be publish structured evergreen answers. So AI pulls structured step-by-step content over long rants. Why? Because people want consumable content. And if they are much more likely to watch a 3-minute video that's a list of 10 things because they know the outcome, the 10 structured things, more than a 10-minute rant, hoping to God that within all of that mumbo jumbo, there's going to be some sort of value in there. That's why lists do very well. So what to do? Use bullet points, numbered lists, and timestamps in all long-form content. Add FAQ sections to blogs and YouTube descriptions, and create evergreen content for topics that are good for year-round. I'll talk about this in a second. But what do we create, right? What's going to get us there? Moving to, again, Austin, checklist. And then you can have the video chapters, right? Packing, schools, jobs, that type of thing. Blog with FAQ sections like, is Austin a good place for families? Yes, blah, blah, blah. If we look down here, this is a really interesting thing that you can do. And I do this with my own content, and it's made a world of a difference. Nobody talks about this. Is when you're timestamping a YouTube video, write the timestamps out in an SEO-driven way. So that when people are looking for the housing prices, they're looking for the cost of utilities or neighborhood breakdown, your timestamps can even rank and be picked up by Google and AI. And what will happen is that people will do a search on Google, right? They'll do their little search in here, and then here's all the search options. Your video can show up, and it's going to show all the little chapters here. And maybe this one chapter here is exactly what they were looking for, which is maybe they were searching for the cost of utilities in Austin. Well, it's also going to recommend your entire YouTube video for them to watch, which again drives traffic back to you. So this is a really tactical way, and I want you to start thinking when you're creating short form content, blogs, YouTube videos, think step by step, think lists and structure, because that's what AI wants to serve to their clients and to people searching. So leverage YouTube. YouTube is the gold mine. Now, before breaking this down, I do want to mention that I just created an entirely free YouTube course. I was sick and tired of people charging thousands of dollars to show you exactly what to do to get started on YouTube. So if you want that, comment below and just say YouTube course. However, there's a big caveat here. YouTube loves to flag endless amounts of the exact same comment. So all that I'm asking of you, if you actually want this free course, is just type in YouTube course, but also add extra text in there. Ideally, what was your biggest takeaway from today? Or what are you planning to do going forward with AI, right? If you write something unique, then I'll provide it to you. And you'll get an entire course for free, show you exactly what to do. Again, just let me know what your biggest takeaway was from this video. So YouTube is directly indexed by Google AI overviews, and videos are often cited in answers. This happens to me all the time. I get people emailing me, sending me screenshots of people searching for how to use YouTube as a realtor, and AI, ChatGPT, is recommending my YouTube videos. And this happens all the time. But you have to realize how powerful YouTube is in the search platform. And that's why it is a gold mine, because it has a high credibility with these AI platforms. It serves the information in the way that people want to consume it, which is video format. And thus, if you have a strong YouTube presence, it's going to be your ticket to success. And the really cool part about it is less than 4% of agents actively leverage YouTube. It is a wildly big opportunity for people willing to commit to it. So what do we do on YouTube? We'll create long form videos answering relocation and seller questions. Relocation is going to be the lowest hanging fruit. It's like the FSBOs and expireds of the content world. And it's going to be the quickest path to generating leads. Upload short form snippets from those videos to Instagram, TikTok, and Shorts, right? Repurposing. Going back to what we talked about earlier, which is being omnipresent. And that just means consistent across all platforms, multiple platforms instead of one. Optimize metadata. So this is going to be critical things like your title, description, and timestamps. So if we look at this, your title usually wants to have a promise of value. That's why the lists do well. You're promising a list of value. Description, 2 to 3 FAQs written in natural language, like we talked about. Is Austin expensive in 2025? That type of thing. What is your ideal target avatar typing into YouTube, Google, or ChatGPT to find this solution? And timestamps. Write your timestamps in an SEO way. And by the way, ChatGPT can do all of this for you. I have a video, maybe I'll link it in the description, where I show you how to create an entire content strategy using ChatGPT. What to create. So we can look at this. Here's an exact example. Long form, 10 things I wish I knew before moving to Austin, right? That is a question and a promise of value, right? 10 things is the promise of value. And the question is pretty much, I wish I knew it, so you should probably want to know it. Hence you're thinking, what do I need to know before moving to Austin? Short form clips is going to be things like the number one hidden cost when moving to Austin. That can be a clip, one of the 10 things. And this is going to be a ninja strategy for you. When you're doing your long form content and you have a list of 5, 10 things or whatever, extract them each as short form vids. Just re-record each of these 10 points as their own individual short form videos, right? You can see you can either repurpose it, but I don't think that usually performs as well. Actually, I know it doesn't perform as well. So take each of these 10 and turn them into their own short form video and drive traffic back to the long form video. And create a playlist, right? That's going to be bingeable content. So living in Austin, a complete guide. And this is going to be everything about local living, cost of living, relocation, and the like. So YouTube is a huge opportunity for you going forward. One of the highest credible platforms when it comes to AI and getting recommended. Build multi-platform authority, right? So it looks cross-platform validation is the same expert showing up in multiple places. So what to do? Repurpose each video, right? So we talked about the fact that you can repurpose it 30-second versions of one key point. Instagram carousels, which can be created 3 highlights from one video. LinkedIn posts, which is essentially a blog, if you will. Use the same branding and profile image everywhere. Same branding, same profile image. If you don't have a strong personal brand, you are going to get left behind. AI not only credits strong personal brands that are consistent across every single platform, but also you get more leads, cheaper leads, more referrals, more repeat clients. It is the number one way to scale. And during the disruption of AI, if people think you versus going to these AI platforms, you don't even have to worry about any of this. Building a personal brand is the number one thing you need to do going forward. Every top entrepreneur is harping it from a mountaintop right now. My team's helped create over 1,000 of the most recognized personal brands in the real estate industry. And if you want my team to take care of everything for you in just 8 weeks, where we will help you become omnipresent, launch your platforms, and help you be consistent and cater your business with the exact video specific to your market to get recognized by AI, then just click the link in the description. You can book a call with us. We'll chat about it. We only accept 10 people every month because we have an elite team that work very intimately with you. But if you want to blow your brand up, this is the one way to future-proof your business. Don't just listen to me. Go look at any of Gary Vaynerchuk's videos, Dan Martell, Alex Hormozy. All of them are saying this. So what do we do? YouTube videos, right? Best neighborhoods in Austin. Well, repurpose 3 neighborhoods on an Instagram carousel, TikTok, why families are living in this neighborhood, and blogs, right? So you can see this is a bit of a cluster here. And both ChatGPT and Google really reward clusters, which is a bundle of content that all kind of works together. The next is going to be digital proof and citations. So when we look at this, AI ranks people with external credibility singles, other sites talking about you. This is one of the ninja tricks I talked to you about in the beginning that you can do today and get started on the path with this. I'm going to be honest, it's going to take effort, but it's worth it. If you want to be the one agent that these platforms recommend going forward, this will save your business. What to do? Get featured in local news or blogs, right? If there's like a local blog that is talking about the top realtors in Austin, write guest posts for communities on things like LinkedIn and Medium, right? Collect Google business reviews with detailed mentions of your niche. This is actually really critical, and this is a ninja strategy that you can also introduce. I know that some people are going to be a bit hesitant to do this, but it'll make a huge difference in your business. If you have very specific things that are said in your Google business profile, your Google business reviews, Google My Business, it's formerly called Google Business Profile now. If people say very specific things about like relocation, first-time home buyers, anything that's associated with your niche, that actually improves the ranking of your Google business profile. So what some people do who are really serious about this, and hopefully that's you, is they will, when asking for a client for a testimonial, they'll give a list of things that they would like for them to say. They're not saying say this in your testimonial, but if you could include any of these words or any of these phrases, copy and paste them, it would make a world of a difference for me in my business. And just come from the heart, be very genuine about it. And if they do, it actually really does help your ranking authority for free over anybody else. And so that's a ninja trick that you can consider implementing. Create a podcast and interview series, and others mention you, boosting citations. So what can you do, right? Press feature, like pitch a story to Austin Chronicle about a relocation trend, article, right? There's so many different local publications in every single market that are fiending for content, because if you can do it, it saves them time and resources. So if you do a good job, then why not, right? And you're going to do it for free, right? No money, right? And so this really helps if you can get featured on some of these local publications. Blog collab, right? Moving to Austin Insights as a local realtor. Review strategy. So ask these clients to include these words in Google reviews. And podcast, right? Interviewing school principals, restaurant owners positions you as the connector, and the master connectors are the ones that expand their audiences exponentially. You tap into other people's audiences and it helps you win. So now let's go down to the last part, which is going to be the most important part, which is branding yourself as the local expert. We talked about this again. If you want us to take care of it, because it is an enormous amount of work to do this yourself, then click below. We only work with people that are serious, all in, and have the ability to commit and invest into themselves. But it'll change your business forever. Sum and Kim, all those people, we've helped build their brands. So AI favors clear, consistent identities tied to a location and a niche. You want the algorithm and people to immediately associate your name with your city. So what do we need to do? Well, consistent naming across all platforms. So if you can, number one, the easiest one, same profile pic across every platform. Make sure you have the same tagline. And if you can have the same handle, great. If there's a little bit of a variation, like Mike.Sherrard, Mike_Sherrard, because one of them variations is taken, that's okay. But pretty much the same handle, same profile picture, as you can see here, right? Now, looking at the local visual branding. So you want to make sure that everything you do is local specific. It is so important when it comes to ranking authority and for AI to recommend you. So using city landmarks. So using things like city landmarks and banners, thumbnails, and intro clips, right? B-roll. You could use, if you're in Austin, the Austin skyline as your YouTube banner. End all videos, right? With, a statement like, by the way, this is Mike Sherrard, your Austin relocation expert. By the way, I don't live in Austin. Authorities through a signature content series. This is one of the most advantageous things you can do, period, which is creating a series, bingeable content where people want to consume more than one, but also inherently ChatGPT and Google are going to see that as a credible source of consistent value and thus recommend you. So living in Austin, right? If we're looking at this is going to be like your local lifestyle. If we look at neighborhood deep dives, neighborhood tours, awesome market decoder, monthly market updates, right? Branding you as this ongoing source of insider knowledge is going to help all of these platforms recommend you. Citations that reinforce your title. So ask clients to mention, right, different things in their Google reviews. Pitch yourself to different podcast appearances, any local publications, and an example review you can see here. Integrate community content. So create videos highlighting local schools, events, and businesses. So top 5 schools, right? Get shared locally. The community content is very critical, and it's actually pretty easy. Cover any events, talk about the local amenities, and showcase some local businesses. And it can actually be quite a bit of fun to do this as well. And number 6, signature lead magnet with your brand. If you're in Austin, a lot of people are relocating there. Ultimate relocation guide. Or if you're in new construction, or if you're in condo, pre-sale, like whatever you do, whatever your niche is, create a lead magnet for that, because it's going to be a credible asset that, again, recognizes you more as an authority, establishes your personal brand as credible, and make sure that, again, AI will crawl and recognize you as an authority if you combine all of these things. And that is how AI is going to recommend you. I know that this might seem like a lot of steps, and it is, but it's the only way to future-proof the searchability of your business and for you to get found. And we're in this era where it's not just like it was in the old days where the more people you know, the more deals you do. It's now the era of the more people who know you, the more deals you do. And getting found by AI is the future. It's no longer wasting endless time just on Google. It is a comprehensive engine that once you put this in place and you just build out a consistent routine, which again, we can help you with if you book a call with us in the description, this is your secret, your golden key to future-proof your business and make sure that these platforms recommend you as the go-to agent whenever people are searching for the agent in your market. And so while AI is going to decimate a lot of people's businesses, if you follow this strategy and you have a strong personal brand, you are going to thrive and take market share from everybody that is saying either A, this is too much effort, I don't want to do it, their business will vanish, or B, I don't need to do this, their business will vanish. This is your time to take your business to a radically new level, take market share, and become the dominant agent that AI recommends. And if you want to see a video of how to use artificial intelligence to create your entire content strategy, check out this next video. I show you step by step how to do it, the exact prompts, so that you can get started today.